Hello friends, this is your Wednesday reading target. We are starting a brand new module. It is called Home Sweet Habitat. So we're in Module 9. Your target for today for reading is I can identify what an author is trying to persuade a reader to think or do. So we've talked about this before, an author's purpose or what they're trying to get you to think about or learn about or how they want you to feel about their story. So we're going to introduce the module topic, and then we're going to listen to the best habitat for me before I talk about your learning target. Okay? So here is our module topic, Home Sweet Habitat. What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. So we're talking all about animal safety, what they need in their environments to survive. How do living things in a habitat depend on each other? That means how do they help each other to survive where they live? Okay? Here is our anchor chart, our knowledge map, what we're going to be talking about. So animal habitats is where they live. So we're going to be talking about their basic needs. That means what do they need to get by or survive? They need shelter as a place to live. They need food, okay? Plant species and animal species. They both need food and water to survive. A water ecosystem is where animals live in the water. So we have ponds, we have seas, we have rivers, lakes, and oceans. That's where sea life or sea animals live. We have land ecosystems. Those are animals that live on land. We have mountains, forests, deserts, prairies, rainforests, and seashores. So animals can live underwater, they can live on land, they live all over the place. Let's watch our Get Curious video, and then we'll go into the story, okay?
Look at our pretty Earth, home to animals big and small. Let's check out some of the coolest and hottest animal habitats on Earth. Let's start with a desert habitat. One thing you can say about this place, it's sandy. And a happening place to live if you're a camel, like Ayo here. What's up, Ayo? It's hot and dry as usual here. Good thing you have those wide feet so you don't sink into the sand as you walk. Desert habitats get windy too. The wind blows the sand all around. Ayo has long eyelashes to keep the sand out of his eyes. But what's for lunch? Deserts don't get much rain, so the plants are dry and prickly. Ayo's lips are so thick, he barely feels the thorns and twigs that he chews. And chews, and chews. Let's go cool off at an ocean habitat. This is where dolphins like Jesse and James live. Hey guys, how's the water? Salty, just the way they like it. Dolphins can stay underwater a long time, but sooner or later they'll come up for air. They need to breathe oxygen just like you do. The ocean ecosystem is made up of all the animals and plants that live in the same area. Lunch is pretty simple here. Dolphins eat lots of little fish without even chewing. They just swallow them whole. Ayo would be amazed. No doubt it's very cool to live in the ocean, but it's even cooler in a tundra habitat. And I mean cold, because it's way up north in Alaska and the Arctic Circle. Check it out. It's cold and dry here with short summers and long dark winters. Sound fun? Maybe not to you, but Helen has what it takes to live here. Can you spot her? She has thick, white, fluffy fur to hide in the snow and stay warm. She eats plants she digs out of the snow. She's an Arctic hare. Hares are an entirely different species of animal. They are bigger and faster than rabbits. They need speed so they don't become food for larger predators, like wolves. Which animal do you think has the most interesting habitat?
Wow, that was pretty cool. So we talked about 3 different kinds of habitats. We talked about the desert habitat with the camel, and they talked about ways he can survive. They have long eyelashes to keep the sand out of their eyes, and their feet are big, like hooves, so they can walk on the sand and not sink in. We talked about the underwater one with the dolphins. That's a different kind of habitat. And we talked about the frozen tundra with the hare who blends in to protect itself from enemies or predators that want to eat him. So those are 3 different kinds of habitats we'll be reading and talking about a lot more. Okay, let's go into our story for today, the best habitat for me. I'm going to be reading this to you, and then you're going to go in and talk about some of these questions in your discussion question and in your My Book, well, in your notebook, since you don't have this My Book. Also, this story is listed, if you let me go to Schoology real quick to show you. You don't have this My Book because it's a brand new module. So if you scroll down below the lesson, down here, My Book Module 9, that will be the book. So if you click on View, it'll open it up for you nice and big so you can read all the stories that we're going to be talking about this module. Okay, I just wanted to show you that real quick. I'm going to go back to the story. The best habitat for me. An animal's habitat is the place where it lives. I'm a red panda, and my habitat is a cool, dark forest. In my opinion, it is the finest habitat in the world. The forest ecosystem has everything I need, so it is the best place for me to live. A good habitat like mine should provide shelter. The forest has lots of trees. That is where I spend most of my time. The trees provide a place for me to sleep, especially during the hottest part of the day. Trees also keep me safe. The color of my fur helps me blend in with the trees so other animals can't see me as well. I can climb tall trees to escape if I am being chased. A good habitat should also provide food. Mostly, I eat bamboo. Many different species of bamboo grow in my habitat. I like to eat the shoots and leaves. Some of my other favorite foods are fruit, roots, and acorns. The insects I find on the ground are tasty too. This is me. Here I am taking a nap. Bamboo leaves are yummy. All animals need food and shelter. Some animals find these things in other habitats like deserts or prairies. Prairies are like big open fields. I have everything I need right here in the forest. Nothing is nicer than waking up in my favorite tree and knowing a tasty meal is close by. My forest home is the perfect home for me. All right, so let's go back into Schoology and talk about our discussion question. It says what it wants you to do right here is how do living things in a habitat depend on each other? That means how do they help each other? How do they help each other survive and live in their habitat? See if you can find any information from the story we just read to help you answer the question. So like I said, if you need to go down and read the story again or watch the video again, that's fine. If you want to read it on your own, click on the My Book and you can go to that story in the beginning of the book and read it again on your own. The discussion question is name one way living things in a habitat can depend on each other. So how can they help? Do they use camouflage with their fur color? Do they help each other get food? Do they help protect each other from predators? So in the story that we just read, what is one way living things in a habitat can depend on each other for help? Okay, so you're going to write that in the discussion box, and I will respond as soon as I get your answers. All right, thanks for listening. See you next time.